Hello, everybody. Decided to go live with a video today. Gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna talk about the late great Rush Limbaugh. I have been listening to this man off and on the radio for years, laughing at him because he made some heck of a jokes. But as you sit back and look at everything he was saying, you got to agree with him on a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't care how you feel. Being a raised as a Democratic all your life, and you know, I guess black people think that's what you're supposed to be as a Democrat. But you sit back and you look over the years, all down through the years, that the Democrats ain't never did nothing for the black race, dark color race, in other words. They always use racism as a plot to gain power in the U.S. And we as a black people, though, we knew. So if anybody just said, you know, anything, the Republicans against the blacks, they racist. You know what I'm saying? The whole black race, they just with the Democratic. They don't think of the exact things that going on in life as far as, you know, our benefits. It's never about us. It's just about if they saying that they racist, we go along with it. So we never knows what's going on. We never really pay attention to the real facts, and we still don't. I liked it. Rush Limbaugh. I used to listen to him, like I said. The man was smart and he was witty. He was very, very funny because he used to say some stuff make you laugh. You know what I'm saying? But you can understand that he was serious about what he was saying, and he made a lot of sense. He will be, he will be missed already, or at least I will, because I enjoy listening to him from time to time. You know, I sit back and look at a lot of things that are going on in the world today and that have went on. And I agree with a lot of people that are talking, well, a few of them, like Candace Owens. I agree with her. I think black people are enslaved, and not enslaved as they was years ago. They enslaved in their mind because they never real comprehend the whole picture of what's going on. You know, I was talking to a family member the other day, and we was talking about the chaos that's going on the border. As far as Biden letting all this illegal immigrants in and all this kind of stuff. And it was just amazing how he thought. He said that that's good to let them in. Uh, he's saying that black people don't want to work anyway, so it's good for the immigrants to come over because they'll do jobs that no one else want to do. You know, it's it hurt my spirit to hear that you would consider letting all of these illegal immigrants come over here illegally, and it's cool as long as because they're gonna do the job that the black man they won't do. I don't understand that. You got black persons that will work, but you just talking about a handful that don't want to do this or don't want to do this job. You know what I'm saying? But you agree to let illegal immigrants come over, don't care what their background is. Not saying all of them bad, but you got a lot of them is. You got a lot of them just come over and they break the law as soon as they get here. But you saying that it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's all right. I think that Donald Trump was doing the right thing, putting up the walls and stopping a lot of stuff that's going on. And I think that we are in for a rough time of if, they just let people come over like they want them. I'm not a Republican. I'm not even a Democrat. I believe in what you show me. You know what I'm saying? You show me that you're doing something. You show me that you're doing something for the American people. Not just for the black people, the American people. And there's a lot of people that's not. There's a lot of people that get up there in government and they're not doing nothing for the people. They just lining their pockets. But they always talk about Trump and his agenda. Like I say, I can't say that Trump is really for the black race, but he make a lot of sense on, what's going on in the world. You know, Everybody get offended because Trump said, "What you got to lose, black people? What you got to lose? You never, you see the Democrats, they never did nothing for us but lie to us all our life about everything. Everyone getting off, they lie to us. They lie to us and we go along with it. And then we as a race, we stand behind them. Oh, if you don't stand behind them, you're no good, you're stupid, you're all this. But they never do anything for us. They never fight for our rights and nothing. It's a shame. It's a disgrace that we as a people won't raise up and recognize this. Come together. It ain't about Democratic. It ain't about Republican. It's about what you do. It's about what you're doing in the world for the U.S. people. And then all these illegal immigrants come over. Then they saying they getting a lot of illegal immigrants the stimulus. What about the American people? But don't nobody care about that. Even us as a black race don't care about that. Because like I say, I hear a lot of black people talk, and it's a shame of what they saying. Let them come out over. They're going to do the work that these sorry black folks won't do. Your own kids, nieces, nephews. That's what you're going to call them. You're going to downrate them and say they won't do a certain thing. They don't want to do this. It hurt my spirit just to hear black people think the way they do. I was going back looking over a lot of different things that, different radio talks that Rush Limbaugh did. And it made a lot of sense on what he was saying. I even think about back in the day, I go all the way back. to the day of Lincoln. You know, when white people don't like other white people, and y'all can go back through history and look at this. When white people don't like other white people, it's because of what they are doing. And they always try to degrade them, like they did Lincoln. Lincoln abolished slavery and wanted a change. They hated Lincoln. All the white people. They hated him. They hated him. And what they did, throw the he owned a slave. He owned what they call it he owned a plantation, a slave plantation himself. He owned the slaves and all this kind of stuff. You know, but they don't look at the fact that he was born into this. That's what he was born into. But he tried to do something to change it. And everybody hated him for that. All the white people hated him for that. A lot of them, not all of them, I ain't gonna say all, but the majority of them hated him for that. That's why they had him killed. They had him killed. A lot of black folks hated him for that back during that time. A lot of black folks. Oh, I hate him for this. We ain't got nowhere to go. It's this and that. And we have the same type of black people today. Right now, today in this world. They just slaves of their own minds. And they would never change. Seems like they breed it into their own kids, and the kids come up the same way, where they think a party is them, where they think a political party is for them. And the way I look at it, ain't no party for you. No party. You got to be for yourself. And I sit back and I go to thing and I say, okay, that was Lincoln. Who was the next white person that they hated most in the U.S.? JFK. Kennedy, they hated him. They hated that man. They hated him too. Ooh, they hated him. Not saying that he was just for all the black people, but he was about trying to do things right, change things in America, to make things better, at least for the black man. What they did, they killed him. They killed him, degraded him, even had black folks degraded him. Mind control. There's always been mind control when it comes to us. They hated him. The media hated him. Then they come up with Trump. Everybody hates Trump. Every black person in the world hates Trump. And don't even know why. They listen at CNN News, Fox. Trump is a racist. Trump is this, he's that. And every black person taking it and running with it. Oh no, Biden better than Trump in office. You'd rather have Biden there than anybody, than Trump. You know, Only thing I can say about that is I ain't seen nothing Trump did wrong since he been in office. Everybody want to say he the cause of the pandemic, the virus, which I can't say. You got a lot of black people say that he's the cause of the virus. He should have did this. He should have did that. Trump the cause of the virus. He hate black people. He's a racist and he hate blacks. That's all you hear. That's all you hear. Trump is a racist and he hate blacks. This is really sickening to the soul to hear such a thing when a man only trying to show you how to survive in the U.S. and trying to help the U.S. Trump is not a politician. He don't care nothing about that. Only thing he cares about is making money over here in the U.S. So what's going to be his first main priority? The U.S., because this is where his business and stuff is. I ain't saying that, he just gonna, help all of us to in any kind of way, but he putting it out there where you can help yourself. Not sit back on your rump and wait on a handout. He putting it out there where you can help yourself. Stopping all this money from going all to these countries overseas and everywhere. Why can't we understand this? Why we still got to hate this man when this man ain't did nothing to us? When this man taking money out of these politicians and all these folks up in government pockets, trying to give it back to the U.S. citizens. And we as a race of black people hate him for that. He's wrong. Just because why? Other white Democrats say he's wrong. Because he taking money out of their pocket. We as a people need to wake up. We need to wake up and follow somebody who's about doing something right for the country. Not just for us as a black people, but for the country itself. Maybe your kids and grandkids will have a better life than you have. Why do a lot of black people think the life they had, even if they had some good stuff going in their life, they got houses and stuff and all this, why do they think that that's the best life ever and the Democrat gave it to them? Why do they think that? You would never own nothing you got. Never. That go for that house you got and all. You would never own it. You would always pay taxes and everything on it. Always. And if you don't pay taxes on it, they're going to take it. If you die and your kids don't pay taxes on, they would take it. So you ain't got nothing. You leave your kids with nothing. I know a lot of people think I'm just rambling on and on about nothing. But, like I say, it's a shame in this country where we won't wake up and smell the coffee. We won't wake up and see the truth of the matter. If a lot of you go back and listen to a lot of things Rush Limbaugh said, a lot of you will wake up. A lot of you will wake up and see the truth. He made a few jokes about things, but pay attention to what he's saying. These people is not for us, people. The Democrat is not for us. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And just by standing for a Democrat just because it's a name is real stupid. Because since I've been living, and I'm 56 years old, 57 this year, I never seen nothing the Democrat did for us. We was getting killed in the street every day. Every day. Not only us killing each other, but the law was killing us. You had white people just killing us every day in the street. And wasn't nothing said or did about it. They was walking, getting away with it. Nobody brought to justice. Nobody paid for all of this. And I also heard a lot of black people say, well, they said them right. They shouldn't have been there doing this. They shouldn't have been there. It's always about that. It's always about that. But when a bunch of white people for their own agenda jump up and say, Black Lives Matter, every black person in the world get behind. When they were going around burning down cities and all this kind of, every black person in the world behind them wasn't nothing but a bunch of white people doing it. Black Lives Matter. But it didn't matter. Black lives didn't matter years and years ago in the 80s, 70s and 80s, and on the 90s. Black lives didn't matter then. But now all of a sudden black lives matter. People don't even pay attention to what's going on where they use racism. All they got to do is bring it up by racism, every black person jump on. For their own agenda, though. They bring it up for their own agenda. To help them what? Get what they want. They steal an election. Crookedness all the way. Every black person around the world jumping. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad it's what happened. I'm glad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But you uphold wrong. You happy for wrongness just because one party say it's right and you agree with them. They can do whatever they want to do. Like Rush Limbaugh said, they is the right regardless. So don't care what they do. They can do all the wrong in the world, all the underhanded kind of stuff. They right. They is the righteous ones. Don't care what kind of illegal stuff they did. Trump incited riot on Washington. Every black person in the world believe that. All the black ones I know. Trump incited the riot in Washington. He told them to come up there and do this and do that. But all the white folk that been born in the cities in Michigan and everywhere else that was going on before all this riot in Washington, nothing. Why? Because the Democratic backed it. Oh, they didn't do nothing wrong. Nobody brought to justice for all this that was going on. People losing their business, small business people losing their business. Nobody brought to justice. Black small business people losing their business. Nobody brought to justice. We as a black people need to wake up. We need to wake up and stand for something. Do not just sit around like ain't nothing going on. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what's going on, but do y'all want to own up to it about what's going on? Is it possible to own up to it? Look, I don't understand about we as a race of peoples and what's going on with us, but I think we need change. We definitely need change. And we got to start paying attention to what's really going on in your lives and everyday living and what you really want for your kids and your grandkids. Do you want the same thing from your kids that you had for yourself? Don't you want better? Don't you even want better for your kids? See, the white man don't care if it's Republican, Democratic, or what. They want better for their kids. And they're gonna do whatever it takes to make sure their kids get better. And they ain't gonna fall behind just because nobody saying that it is better. They're gonna make sure. But we as a people, we don't. We just follow behind just because they Democrats. Just because, oh, we know them and they in the neighborhood and this and that. I sit back and think about Kamala Harris. The whole time she been in politics, I ain't never heard her claim black until she started running for office. And then I hear a lot of these black women. It hurt my soul just to hear it. A lot of us black women, my black queens, jump behind this woman talking about she's black and she's this. But the whole time this woman been in California, she been locking up, throwing away blacks like they. Well, you know they lower than dogs. You know we lower than dogs because they care more about the dogs than they do about us. But every black person is out for themselves. Those that do have, a little clout or trying to do a little something, they all for themselves. None of them is for each other. I have known black people since I've been living, and I come up in Alabama. But black people would not support other black people. They rather go support the white person or the foreigner, the Arabs, because a lot of them went to taking over a lot of stores in the neighborhood. They rather go support them than their own black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's a shame. It's a shame that we never is gonna change. It's a shame that we won't even try to wake our kids up so they can see, let them see the change, see what's going on, let them open their eyes so they can make the right decisions, not follow our stupidity that we've been trained to all our lives. We've been programmed, people. We've been programmed since the beginning. Ain't we gonna wake up sooner or later? Is we gonna be the only dumbest race there is? Are we? The Democrats don't care nothing about God. Everything they do is against whatever beliefs in the Bible we was raised on. All the beliefs in the Bible we was raised on, the Democrat is against. And we as a race don't see this. They see the laws that they pass. They push on us. You get to the point where you don't even have freedom of speech anymore. No more freedom of speech. No more. Freedom of speech is leaving us. So we won't have no more freedom of speech, people. They're using the little killing that's been going on about the guns. They're using that to try to take guns away from the American citizen that get it legally and have the right to tote a gun. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. And it hurts just to see everything that's going on in this world. It's crazy how things have happened in this world and that we stand by as a people and just let it happen. But Trump the devil. Trump is the devil. He's the devil. I done heard black people say it. Trump is the devil. But Biden, I guess he's the son of God, I guess. Biden and Kamala, they they are the children of God. And they would never do nothing to help us. They will always keep us down. You know, we as a people, we ain't gonna never agree on nothing. We ain't gonna never agree. Don't care what people, try to show us or tell us about what's going on in life. We don't care about that. And a lot of us black people who are, you could say, educated, we are the worst of all. The worst of all. Got so much education, but can't realize what's going on in the world. Don't care. Can't see that pretty soon the black man vote won't even mean nothing because they ain't gonna need it. Then guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna be killing us every day in the street. You watch and see. Ain't nothing gonna happen. They've been doing every Democratic that president we had. They was killing us in the street and ain't nothing never happened. And as Deontay Wilder say till this day, still going on. Ain't nothing never happened. But we still go along with it. I just sit here and think about all this, man. That's why I made this video. Because I was going back, like I said, listening at a lot of speeches, the radio speeches that Rush Limbaugh made. You can say what you want about the man. He was right. A lot of it, I agree with him on what he was saying. A lot of it. And he wasn't black. But he was keeping it real. He was telling the truth. A lot of us black people don't even know what America supposed to be. Supposed to be the land of the free. And we don't understand that. Supposed to be the freedom of speech, freedom to express yourself in any in any kind of way you wish, as long as it's not violent. You have the right to speak your mind. Don't care who don't like it. Not no more. Pretty soon, you won't have the right to do nothing. I might not live to see, but I know it's coming. I see it every day in what we as a race believe in, and we as a race is going. The blacks that are rich, they trying to get richer. The blacks that are poor, they just standing behind the rich black ones that say this the way you're supposed to go. Why don't we have opportunities to do better? Why can't we have this opportunity to do better? All people, not just the rich black ones. Why not the poor black ones? I think we should do better. I think that we should do better as a people. Rush Limbaugh said the American is the great American. The we have the right in America. We everything America supposed to stand for. Freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? The right to bear arms. But no more. No more. No more. It is fading and it's fading slowly. But it's fading. I just wanted to talk about all this because, like I say, Rush Limbaugh, you will be missed because you did entertain us. A lot of us that would listen, we listened, but a lot of them just didn't listen. They just considered you as a racist and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Even though you kept it 100, regardless. And that's what I liked about you. You kept it 100. No, that's just like Trump. Trump kept it 100. Don't care what you think about him. You know where he was coming from because he told you straight up. But we can't accept the truth. Oh, that's too much for us to take as the truth. But somebody like Biden and Kamala get up there and lie. We accept that. They lie to you. Oh, we're going to look out for you. We're going to do this for y'all. As soon as they get it off, they don't do nothing. Nothing for you. Doing something for the other countries and other races. But for you, nothing. For the American citizen, nothing. Oh, we're going to give you a little stimulus check. Oh, $1,200 stimulus check. $1,400 stimulus check this go around. Biden. But we're going to get billions of dollars over there to this other country. We're just going to give our citizens this little change that pacifies. Look what's going on up here in Texas. The water contaminated. People's out of stuff, juices off, no electricity. Do you see Biden came to the rescue of a lot of people up here in Texas? But the other part of the world that ain't going through this, they don't care. But this is the United States of America. And no one cares. We're supposed to be a country that comes together in times of tragedy. And we don't. It's only to line the politicians' pockets. Forget the American citizens. The American citizens mean nothing. They're just a stepping stone for the rich politicians to use, and the ignorant black people who just don't know no better, that listen at CNN News and Fox and believe everything they say. Ooh, yes. All these different outlets like YouTube and everything won't even let you speak your mind, blocking people from seeing what you're saying, and all this kind of stuff going on. But don't nobody care. Well, I've been on here almost 45 minutes talking. Had a few people jump on, then jump back off. But it's okay. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I want to say, because this is American freedom of speech. People, wake up. Wake up. Listen. All white people ain't liars. Pay attention to what they're saying. Some white people tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Whether you like them or not, they're going to tell you the truth. Not like a bunch of these politicians. They just lie about everything. Look at this Como, whatever his name was there. You don't care. You don't care about the folks dying in nursing homes or nowhere else. We don't care about that. No, he's a Democrat, so it's all right. It's all right for him to do that. Democrats is above the law. They can do as they please. That's all I got to say about this. I'm going to just end this because it just really hurting my spirit just to think about a lot of stuff that's going on and what we're going through up here in Texas, and the rest of the country don't care. Even our great president that y'all voted for, Biden, he ain't been this way yet. What'd he say? He don't need to come this way. This a pen is all that what's going on in the world. You don't need to come this way. But when stuff was happening when Trump was in office, oh Trump ain't even show up over here. If he come over here and this and that. But it's all right for Biden not to show up. But Trump went everywhere when he was in office. When it happened, he went there. It's a shame. People wake up. Wake up, please. That's all.